Let me read a few of your messages coming in on this matter, and then we will quickly move on to the subject of SADA, which John Mahama hinted might be reintroduced. Good morning, Nam. I beg your pardon. May the IEA be told in plain words that they are hypocrites. What went wrong in 2020? The NDC is focused on espousing our policies and programs and aren't prepared to waste even 1 minute of our time debating a joke. Bawumia should go debating the market women and drivers who want to see reduced fuel prices, and let our farmers have fertilizers at cheap prices, and finally, let our workers have remuneration to be able to put food on their tables. This is from Stephen Peng, sending this message in from Wa. Aziz Donla also sends this message from Wa, says, President Mahama would not debate today, he will not debate tomorrow or tomorrow next, because we won't allow Bawumia to use President Mahama's clean water to wash his dirty clothes. However, if Bawumia is ready for a debate, he should please come face to face with the market women. Good morning. And all right, Dr. Bawumia should debate the dollar. And then after the arrest, he can come back and call for a debate. All right, and I'll just read two more and then wrap this up. Debate is in political circles. It's not just banter for fun, as Nanaya thinks. Then the debate or discussions we do on radio and TV is also for fun then. Debates have a greater impact.
Did I add fun? Did the person hear me?
No, you didn't add fun. You said it was banter.
I said banter.
Yes.
Did I add fun?
No, you didn't.
Yes.
So debates have a greater impact on voters' decisions. 2024 elections is also about the roads the government is constructing. It's also about increase in salaries. It's about supporting educational programs, stable electricity, among others. It is possible with Dr. Bawumia, and that's from Master Planner, texting from Kintampo. And finally, good morning. Now, this is Mani. Bawumia should please debate with Gobe Seles before he attempts to debate with Bawumia. And I said finally, but this is the last one. The credibility of the IEA comes into question when they seem inconsistent in their demands for government accountability. It is concerning that they only appear to push for transparency and hold the government to high standards when the NDC is in power, but not with equal fervor under the NPP. This selective pressure undermines the fairness that should be a cornerstone of any credible institution. Moreover, debating in itself is pointless if it doesn't directly address the everyday struggles of ordinary citizens. Dr. Bawumia should be debating with market women, importers, traders and artisans who are feeling the real impact of government's policies. These are the people whose voices matter, as their experiences reflect the true state of the economy. All right, I see so many messages. Unfortunately, I can't read all of them. Maybe if we have a bit of time, I'll come back to some of your messages. But now let's talk about SADA. So the flag bearer of the NDC has hinted that the Savannah Accelerated Development Authority, SADA, will or might be introduced, despite the negative press it's received some time ago. And I think the question this morning that we want to ask is it prudent to reintroduce it? And if it is, what are we doing differently? Beatrice.
Now, I don't get your introduction. You said the flag bearer has hinted that he might introduce what?
So the news story said that there's the possibility of reintroducing the Savannah Accelerated.
But SADA is not collapsed.
But let's listen to exactly what he said, and then we can talk about it. Okay. All right.
This was one of the SADA projects, and it was supposed to create an incubator for guinea fowls. And so the incubation plant was built, the incubators were put there, and they were going to incubate the eggs and raise day-old guinea fowl chicks for distribution to households, 100 chicks, and you will be giving the poultry house and shown how to raise the guinea fowls. And then there was supposed to be a processing plant so that the guinea fowls will be bought off the households and processed, and they will put them in frozen trucks to send them down to the south to market. Unfortunately, the project ran into issues. The media criticized it, and they came and said the guinea fowls had flown to Burkina Faso. No guinea fowls flew to Burkina Faso. Guinea fowls are not migratory birds. And the project was not for you to come and see thousands of guinea fowls in one place. It was supposed to incubate the eggs and give the guinea fowl day-old chicks to the farmers. And so somebody came and asked, he says he asked the watchman, where are the guinea fowls? And then the watchman said, oh, they go Burkina Faso, they go come rainy season, they go come back. And then it took a life of its own. The media went and published it. And up to now, there are people who believe that there were some guinea fowls that flew to Burkina Faso, So that project died. But I think it's a project we can look at again, because people find guinea fowl meat more healthy. And if you go to the south, they have roasted guinea fowl that people are consuming. And I do think that if we're able to increase guinea fowl production, it would help the incomes of a lot of families. When we drive along the Zebila Road, you see vehicles parked, and the guinea fowl is, grilled, and they buy it and chop it up. And it makes a healthy meal. And so it's something that we're prepared to look at.
All right, so that's John Mahama in his own words. We need to relook at it.
So now ask your question again.
Yes, so tell us, no, it's precisely the same thing.
It's not.
He says we need to relook at it again.
Now you're asking
so tell
the
us,
question.
I don't see the difference really, Beatrice. Let's get to the subject. So tell us, what are we doing differently this time?
Okay, so let me say that what you saw, the video you played, is a series of original media encounter that the campaign will be holding in every region, in all the 16 regions. So what you saw was an encounter with the journalist in the Upper East region. So after every campaign tour, we give the media the opportunity to ask questions reflecting the mood of the local people in the region. So this was an answer to one of the questions. I have been to the Upper East region on no less than 5 different occasions. And what predominantly they are farmers, and in some other sectors, they rear a lot of guinea fowls. The interviewer or the journalist sought to ask that, because predominantly many people engage in rearing guinea fowls, they want to know what government policy is to empower households because of course, the lies about the SADA project in the past. And then that was the answer President Mahama gave. But let me take this opportunity to say that we must do better in this country. You see, the challenge of the MPP is that they saw the vision of President Mahama. And so how else were they supposed to tell Ghanaians that if this man continues in power, the MPP risks being a political party that will probably be defunct, is to tarnish the image of the man. This morning when I came here, in your introduction, you sought to joke with the guinea fowls flying. And many journalists do that. I have checked yesterday from the time I was coming here. I read even Manasseh Azuri's story. He never said anywhere. That was a propaganda and a fake news by the president himself, Nanado. And he even repeated it in 2019 at the Meet the Press. Because like he lied about President Mahama printing diaries, this is also another lie calculated to tarnish the image of President Mahama. And then you have a government that excavators were flying, 500 excavators were flying. So of course, if a government can lie, that birds which are not migratory, meaning that they cannot fly, can fly, how else will excavators not fly? But having said that, I think that the NDC, and yesterday President Mahama mentioned that it's about time we take a look at the development agencies across the country, including the Coastal Development Authority and all others, and begin to restructure in the way that will empower the people at the local level and bring development. And so if you look at what is happening now, we do a lot of poultry importation. In fact, one of the biggest scandals to have hit this government is the La Bianca scandal, where government was giving tax waivers to the late La Bianca, may her soul rest in peace, to import frozen food when we have so much guinea fowls which we can actually process. And so President Mahama is assuring the people of the Upper East and the North who are predominantly into rearing this guinea fowl that the next NDC administration will take a second look at how we can empower many families and young people who want to go into that industry so that we will reduce the importation that we have of frozen foods, sometimes as old as 3 years, 4 years from other countries, and see how we can make use of our local production. And that was what it's about. So let me use this platform to say that anywhere you hear any journalist, any NPP panelist, and anybody saying that under President Mahama, guinea fowls travel to Burkina Faso, it is a lie. It is calculated to tarnish his image, just like they have done in many areas. And today, they are in power. They have not been able to do anything about it, except some of them are even swallowing their words. These are the same people who said that President Mahama was engaged in some scandals. 8 years down the line, nobody in MPP has had the balls. There are no men enough with balls to say that let's hold the man we once said that is corrupt responsible. Today, Ghanaians have seen, and let me conclude by saying that in the 2024 election, Ghanaians are going to vote on the basis of which political party has made their lives better. Because we have lived under the NDC and we've seen a gallon of petrol for less than 15 cedis. And we have lived under this government where we are buying it for 69 cedis. The people of the North have lived under the NDC where they extended rural electrification project and they have light. Since President Mahama left office, in the towns where we went, the people who did not have light still do not have light.
Okay.
Where so my extended water to, they still don't have water.
My question to you, Beatrice, was what are you going to do differently this time with SADA?
Yes, what we are going, that's what I've told you. I answered you that President Mahama said that when it comes to SADA, the Coastal Development Agency and those other agencies, we have to take a real look at them.
Yes.
Because the aim was to empower the local people.
Yes.
And so if you have had these institutions and SADA still exists and you are not
seeing... Is it running?
Yes, it's running.
Effectively?
Yes, it's running. And the people are not seeing the direct translation, then you must begin to review and revise. Here, review doesn't necessarily mean cancel. So you must begin to review and revise so that the ultimate aim is to make the lives of the people better than you came to meet it. So I've answered your question. Unless you have a specific answer.
No, I just want to know, because he said you're going to relook at it, because all that you have said is what John Mahama has said in the past about the same project. So we are aware of this.
What
he says we need to relook at it. That he spoke about the need for guinea fowl production because it is one of the most sustainable farming things to farm in the southern part. All right. It's important for people along the coastal areas as well. Now, he says we need to relook at it. So I assumed that it means that there are going to be new plans or policies to make it better this time. So my question to you is, what are you adding on?
You see,
what's going to be
are
new?
one of the reasons why the MPP tries to bring a lot of inconsistent policy.
What do you mean I'm one of the reasons?
Because if people want them, when Dr. Baumia comes here and you ask him a question right now, he will answer.
When did Baumia come here?
No, I'm saying that if you ask him a question right, he will let me show you why.
I don't appreciate. No, I don't.
So let me show you why I say that.
You took that statement back.
Oh, I take it back.
Thank you.
But let me. What I'm saying.
Let's stick to the subject, please.
So I'm answering you. What I'm saying. No, what I'm. What I'm saying is that when you are implementing a policy, you just don't say the details of the policy. When you come to power, what you do is that you will have to do a SWOT analysis of what is existing. And what it means is that you must go back and engage the farmers. You must go back and engage the people who are along the supply chain and come out with a plan. Otherwise, every politician will just sit, when you ask a question, they find a nice story. And that is not the style of President Mahama. He's a very honest person. And so at this point, he's telling you that I admit we have to look at it. Unless you have a specific thing, policy formulation and implementation.
You haven't answered my question. It doesn't seem like you have an answer for me, so I'm going to move on.
You know, you see the statement you have made.
I'm going to move on.
This statement shows that you have a specific answer you are expecting.
No, I need an answer. And you're saying that you don't have an answer because you are not yet in power.
That's not what I'm saying.
You don't have the opportunity to do a SWOT analysis now. But if you say that you are going to relook at something, it presupposes that you have done a SWOT analysis or you are in the process of doing one. But if you've not done so, and you're saying you need to come into power before you do so, before you can say what you are going to do differently or what you mean by you relook at
take
it,
your time.
then it presents a bit of a challenge. But
take your time.
You know, I've given you a lot of time.
Yes,
so
but in 1 minute, because you said this.
Let me come back to you.
The way you concluded,
let me come back to you.
I'll
come back to you. Okay. All right, Nanaya.
Now, you know what? SADA is a creation of the law. And if it's an institution is a creation of the law, it means that you can't just let it go. You can't just expunge it. You need to go back to Parliament to say that we have, withdrawn or expunged the SADA law to replace it with something, another institution. I don't know if it has been done, but as it stands, SADA was established by an Act 805. And it had a 5-year development plan, which started from 2011 to 2016. And after that 5 years, it ended. So it presupposes that as it stands, the 5-year development plan was for the NDC government at the time, but it was for Ghana, but they were supposed to implement it. Now you listen to me.
Yes.
Yes. They were supposed to implement it. And when you look at the SADA law and what it states, it's more on agriculture within the Savannah region, Brahafo and Volta region. So as it stands now, we need to find out after the 5 years, what kind of plan has been put in place that is acceptable or not acceptable to Ghanaians and the people in the Savannah zone, the Brahafo regions and the Volta region.
Okay.
And basically when you look at the SADA law or the act, it talks more about agriculture, which includes rearing of poultry, rearing of other cattle and all that, agriculture, growing food, vegetables, and it is under the Ministry of Agric. So it just goes beyond guinea fowl. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But for political expediency and for political propaganda and all that, we lifted the guinea fowl bit and made noise about it and said that the guinea fowl has flown away. Seriously, guinea fowl has not got the capacity
to migrate.
Yeah. You see, the birds that can fly long distances, apart from the eagle, I don't know of any other bird, maybe Auntie will help us, but the eagle has in its wings wind that can fly. But the guinea fowl cannot even fly to a height like this. So I was a bit surprised when they said that the guinea fowls have flown to Burkina Faso. I went to Burkina Faso, I didn't see any guinea fowl flying over there.
Well, I think in Mahama's speech yesterday, he explained that it was a joke by a certain watchman or a gatesman or something like that, which was blown out of proportion.
Yes, but whatever it is, that is what everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
The guinea fowl, you see, we shouldn't even make mockery of guinea fowl business, but guinea fowl is a thriving business. One piece of guinea fowl without enough meat on it is 100 Ghana cedis. 100 Ghana cedis. Yes. Well, one with meat is 150. The one that she chewed.
You said one piece of guinea fowl.
I said one guinea fowl.
Okay, if you buy the
yes, it's 100. That's without meat. The bony one. That is 100.
From 30 cedis.
Yes, from 30
cedis.
Yes, to now 100. The one that she chewed as the life, it's here.
The one that looks like turkey.
That looks like turkey. That will be about 200 Ghana cedis.
Why are you focusing on that?
Do you get me? That will be about 200 Ghana cedis. I see. So, if we are able to have a plan, it's sad that somebody used it as a political tool and the whole program got extinct. But if we are really able to do that,
is still running.
No, but how is it right? Because there are 5 years. So that's why I said that we should find out what this government has put in place after the 5-year development plan. Because the 5-year development plan expired in 2016. So when they took over in 2017, what did they do? You see, this is about the livelihood of a certain group of people. When you go to the north, you see that life there is not easy. So if there is anything like this, we don't have to politicize it. We need to encourage it to thrive and make sure that we improve it so that it benefits our people. Do you understand? So if we are going to rear guinea fowl and it's going to be like some form of job, some form of employment, I might even go into it. Who knows? Because it is very lucrative.
Okay.
And if the more we rear it, the less expensive it becomes. And you find so many people, we can even sell it to the restaurants. Because when you go to the north, anytime you are coming, you want to bring guinea fowl, in whichever form it is. So I believe that we should not politicize such institutions. We need to make sure that these institutions thrive. You see, this one, I have my time, so I want to use this. Yesterday, I was watching TV. And the Minister of Finance, I don't know, but for me, it's worrying. For me, who is waiting to be in pension to go and collect my money? Already, our money is in DDP. The Minister of Finance said that there is pension fund of 50 billion Ghana. They are going to use it to construct roads. Commercial roads. I said, which one is a commercial road? 50 billion, because you see, the tolls that we are talking about, you see, this government is coming to burden us with taxes. The tolls that we are talking about, it gives us only 70 million. The whole country. Now you are going to use our pension funds, 50 billion to build a commercial route. Instead of concentrating on things like this SADA and other things that will be able to bring us some income and also reduce unemployment, we are going to use our pension funds. Now, how it is scary. I mean, when I listen to you and say, what is this man talking about? I mean, Anta, what are you talking about? Using our already you have encumbered our pension funds with your DDEP. People are struggling. They cannot get their money. And now what is there? 50 billion. You are going to use it to build roads. It was on your TV. So I'm like, I'm surprised today we didn't even talk about it. This is a very serious matter that the TUC should look into. After selling assets at Smith, now you are going to use our pension funds to build roads. Can you imagine this one? Did you get me? I mean, now we should be serious about this. Those of us who have worked and are waiting to be on pension, now we don't even know when we go on pension whether we'll get money. Because the whole pension thing has been jeopardized, has been compromised by this government. So seriously speaking, I mean, yesterday I was so sad the whole night. I said, hey, what is going on? 50 billion of our money, he said it's lying there doing nothing. They are going to use it to, which are the commercial roads? Which roads are they going to commercialize? So it is when they come back, they are now going to, that's why they want to come and burden us with taxes. And you see, now I want to say one final thing before, the way you are looking at me, but I'll say it. You see, this debate that we are going to do.
We're back to
yes, I don't know why, because Baumiana Oberi. This debate, Oberi. So I don't
even... now see Oberi.
Oh, Baumia, what is he going to tell us?
Okay.
Huh? So why are we making... I mean, I want to speak to you, but you see,
please go ahead.
I'm even surprised all people in the debate. Do you get me? Yeah. Because Alan alone will floor him.
Okay.
If nobody will floor him, Alan, he can't even stand Alan. Alan alone will floor him. Me, I thought the debate should be between him and Alan Chiramatin for Ghana to know which is the better candidate for the MPP.
For the MPP?
Yes, because it was Alan and him. So he should stand with Alan.
But Alan is no longer with the MPP.
No, but I'm saying that for at the time that they did the election.
Right.
So we know that in Ghana, which of the two of them would have been a better flag bearer.
All right.
And about me, a very debate when you people are just disturbing us. Why?
Nanaya, thank you.
You are welcome. Why are you laughing?
The chief.
After allowed to speak, you please forgive me.
It's okay. It's okay. Yes, Rodeline.
Now, guinea fowls are
SADA.
an essential part of us from the north.
Yes.
When you visit a family, even unannounced, you're asked to go behind there and catch a guinea fowl.
Okay.
Prepare food for the person. When you visit a family or anyone, guinea fowl is given to you to take away. So guinea fowl business for us is serious business. Guinea fowl rearing is not something that other countries are not doing. Nigerians do it. Zimbabwe, Malawi, other countries use them as interventionist programs. So guinea fowls are an essential part of our lives, especially rural people.
Okay.
When I heard that the guinea fowls had flown to Burkina Faso, coming from the north, I knew that it wasn't something that was possible. But we all think that everyone knows what a guinea fowl looks like. That's not true. There are many people in this country who do not know how a live guinea fowl looks like. That's a fact. Because guinea fowls are not found everywhere unless you kind of like import them to your area or something, but mostly, predominantly in the northern parts of this country. That's where you find them. Guinea fowl is an economic bird in the sense that we use them as, we call those kinds of things like capital for us, because when you have a lot of guinea fowl, it means you have money. In 2020, sometime in June 2020, the president, Nana Addo Dankwa, promised us, the people of Boko, that he was going to build a guinea fowl processing plant for us. So we're going to rear guinea fowls. Sometime in 2017, I think there was another project by an individual, a private individual in Tamale. A factory was supposed to have been built to process 45,000 birds. And I don't know if those ones are working. But we never got our guinea fowl processing plant or our warehouses in the Upper East region of Boko. We never got them, even though the president promised us in 2020 that he was going to build one for us. I would say that the guinea fowl by itself, though we look at it as one that is good in protein, less fats,
yeah.
So it's a healthy bird to eat.
Yeah.
But it might surprise you to know that. Yes, exactly. When Ghanaians get to know something, that's how come guinea fowl prices are going up. You know, everybody now knows it's healthier option than meat. And we also know that even the feathers of guinea fowl is sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
As what?
Oh, as ornaments. People use them for jewelry, people use them for hats, people use them for all manner of things. Okay. And people believe in certain superstitious beliefs in guinea fowl feathers. To the extent that you can package them, you know, and some of them go as much as $8, $5.
Okay.
You understand? You can Google up and find out. And the guinea fowl, although we just say guinea fowl, there are different breeds of guinea fowl. Different breeds of guinea fowl. So when you come to the north, you can sometimes spot them, you know, different ones. I remember I'm not very sure, I was trying to get the specific year, but in the 90s, there was one that we had from Holland, guinea fowls, that were crossbreeds. They were brought under experiment, I think it was Jerry Rollins. And they are meaty, but they don't have that authentic taste of the guinea fowl. I see. And even today, some of them are still in existence around the Upper West region. They are bigger. They have meat, but they don't taste so much like our original guinea fowl.
You've bred it with what?
They've crossbred with the Holland, from the foreign ones.
Guinea fowls from Holland.
Holland, yes, and other countries. They crossbred. I see. I know about it because my brother-in-law, who was a veterinary officer, was part of the group that was
who did the experiment.
Who were experimenting with it. And you know, the funny thing was that after experimenting and getting these big, all the big men came and took everything away. And that's how come we don't have. When they come and they see it looking so beautiful, they take them away. So for us in the Alliance, we have noticed and we have seen that agriculture is one of the game changers for us in the northern regions. So guinea fowl rearing, processing is one thing that we have actually made plans for. And as you know, our presidential candidate was part of this government, and he left because he didn't believe in all the things they were doing. And I guess if he was the one to build the processing factory, he might have done so if he had been given funds, but the funds never came. And that's how come maybe in 2022 to 2020, even though Nana Addo promised, we never got our processing factory. So let's just say that SADA as an institution was supposed to be the one shop that the northern region could use as a special vehicle to do a lot of things, processing of millet and stuff. I don't know if you know that Unilever buys millet from us for the production of Guinness and Malta Guinness. Yes. And these things affect us because now you find Northerners eating maize, like especially in the Upper East. We never used to eat maize to Nzafi.
You ate millet?
We ate millet or sorghum. But because of this whole idea of buying the millet and not encouraging, like they buy it so much in bulk that the ordinary people are not able to even get.
Okay, so the production is not enough
to feed
the factories and the people?
Exactly. So now we are getting millet coming from Burkina Faso as well.
Oh.
You understand? So SADA should have been able to solve these problems. We would have had more outgrowers to grow millet and sorghum for the brewery industry. You know, for the brewery industry. And then that would have helped our poultry as well.
Yeah.
So, but it didn't happen. But I think that President Mahama has said what he has to say. Their guinea fowls are not migratory birds, so you do not expect that they flew to Burkina Faso. But I would like to tell Ghanaians that guinea fowl is healthy and it's good business.
Yeah.
Other countries, yes, other countries.
They will increase the price after.
No, I hope not.
Yes.
Mr. Just let me give a shout out to Mr. Roberts Ayamba Abanga. Yes, thank you for listening to me and watching me. I'm very grateful. So these are some of the things that I would have to say, that guinea fowl is good. Let's take it seriously. It's good for social intervention.
Okay.
And therefore, we must look at it again. We will look at it, and if NDC wants to take another look at it, they must come out with their programs, and then maybe we can
better understand it. Okay. But Evans Dinku from Garu says hello to you. He sends me his phone number to give to you, so I will do that. Peaches, I promise to give you a final word.
Yes, Nana, I just wanted to say that they transitioned the SADA to NADA, and their plan is now to do the infrastructure for poverty eradication program. So that's currently yes.
So what is in that social?
It's a social intervention
what
program.
Is it? Agriculture.
Yes, it's still the agriculture because so
that is what you are going to improve.
Yes. So what I want to say is that all politics is local, and it's important that we appreciate the challenges of a people from a certain perspective. Normally, what we do is that we try to trivialize the interventions of certain things because we live in a certain privilege
or certain regions
or certain regions or areas. Because if you look at how they've received in the Upper East, they've received the message of the Farmers Service Center of giving them seedlings, getting tractors, free fertilizers. In Accra, you would think that these are just little things, but in the Upper East region, it means a lot to them. So what I want to say is that
the whole region.
Yes, and the whole region. So what I want to say, yes, because it's and even in Asin North, because they were predominantly farmers, they didn't want anything. What they were asking were, I remember one asking for knapsack spray, and I had no idea what knapsack spray, because of course I've lived my life also. The main aim of every policy underwriting the next NDC administration is job creation and support for entrepreneurs. Because for over the years, we've been doing certain things, and rightly so, we haven't been able to get everything perfect. But most importantly, we must all come to a point that when people are not economically empowered, it affects government. That is why today, Nanaya will want us to discuss the issue of debt exchange, because you can imagine living your life, savings, and government saying that for some reason I cannot give you. And I want to conclude by saying that even on the IEA debate, I'm very certain that Justice Sophia Akufu wants this debate badly, because in her life, having seen military rule, having seen democracy, she has never experienced the kind of hardship we are experiencing. And when she granted an interview to your media house, TV3, she mentioned it, that she has never seen that state assets are mismanaged and those in government buy the state assets. She has never seen that people, you can imagine working as a judge, lawyer, savings, not buying National Course nice bag, Michael Kors.
But you also have the same.
No, National Course one is nicer.
Not buying your bag. Yes, the camera will pan to your bag.
Not buying the Michael Kors, savings. And then when you are old enough so that you can now buy the Michael Kors, government says that you know what, everything you did is meaningless. So I want to tell Ghanaians that rally behind the NDC, Alliance for Change, join the NDC, and let's make this country great again.
Join us.
All right, Beatrice, thank you so much. Beatrice Annan is a deputy spokesperson for the John Mahama campaign team. Rodelyn Ayana is a member of the Alliance for Revolutionary Change, and Nanaya Chimpim Jantoa is the former general secretary of the CPP. This has been big issues on TV3 New Day. Thank you for sending in your messages. I read as many as I could. Now, step into the world of Dewa 539 for your chance to win big with Dewa Direct, Dewa Chop Money. With Dewa Direct, all you have to do is dial *446#. Pick any number between 1 and 39 and win 20 times, 40 times, or 400 times your stake. Win cash every evening at 7 p.m. and on Sundays at 6 p.m. Early birds love Dewa Chop Money. At 10 a.m., dial *446#. Choose any number between 1 and 39 and win 20 times, 40 times, or 400 times your stake. Play Dewa. I'm sorry. What's the meaning of this? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Roland is up to some mischief in the studios. Play Dewa at dewa-nla.com or dial *446#. If you need any help, please call 055-625-9249 or you can dial 053-247-9879. Dewa Afa. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.